Hey guys, welcome to the weekly energy update. Previously known as the weekly oracle. Mainly because like these are becoming more like this is the energy that's going on rather than like, hey, this is the weekly oracle. So we're still doing the weekly oracle. We're still gonna pull some cards, but there's so much going on all around the globe at the moment. The energy is like just like incredible at the moment, and so I kind of figured, like let's cover it all in one go rather than me making multiple little videos, and it just like it's easier just to put it in one kind of space. And also because these videos go for like often like 50 minutes, I'd rather you guys have one 50-minute video a week to like really get into, enjoy, than like you have like multiple little ones all over the place. So this week we're doing something a little different. I did a channeled message. So I sat down and I written a channeled message. I love my little book. It's like the perfect message for me this year. It was like, this is from Audi for like $6, and it was like, don't worry, be happy. Like, oh, sorry, don't hurry, be happy. I love it. Anyway, so yeah, this week we've got our blue moon, full moon on the 31st in Libra, which is very much about relationships. It's very much about balancing the checks, but it's also really important that with that, we need to get out of our mind, because there's some other things going on planetary-wise that can cause us to feel as though things are a little bit out there and a little bit warped, and we might not be seeing the real truth. We might be seeing things that we think, or we might be hoping that they would be a certain way, but actually they're going to come out in different ways. And another thing that was coming up was that things are going to be unturned. Like if there is anything deep within you that needs to be healed or to be acknowledged or witnessed, or mainly just healed, they're going to come up for you during this full moon. So yeah, it's going to be pretty full on. So before we get any further into it, my name is Chloe Metcalf. I own Mama Heartspace. I also run The Wild She, and this is my weekly energy guidance. So firstly, let's get into the channel. And then we're going to do a card pull. I've got a couple of decks to choose from. And we'll see when I get to it which deck I'm going to work with. I'm really feeling the vibe to work with the light language oracle, so we'll probably go with that one. All right, so the collective messages for the 26th to the 1st of April, I'm going to read them directly out of the channel, because it's easy to do it that way. So if I get a bit lost in it, it's because like channeling is a bit different to just writing. Channeling, like words can get a bit blurry, they can get a bit slanty. So hopefully I've written it clear. All right, so this is a completion of old cycles, connecting back to 2016 is coming through this week. We must embrace the flow of the current new energies. These are integrating and shifting us rapidly. So have you noticed how quickly you're healing at the moment? Like, have you noticed how quickly you can overcome things and have breakthroughs really quickly like that? We've just had that new moon that was super huge for us. And it's like shifting these things up really quick, and that's why so many of us are sleeping so much and why we're so thirsty. And if you guys are getting sick, it's likely they're doing that to like tell you to stop and be still. We will step into some interesting energies midweek that are in the form of trickster energy. So a trickster energy is like you're seeing one thing, but it could also be something else. They are very unique lessons for the entire globe. So maybe it's like this could even come in the form of like politics. People like they could be saying, "Oh, this is going to happen," and then suddenly they backflip on it and they've thrown us another way. But they're going, "Look at the hand, look at the hand, don't look at the other hand, look at the hand." Like it's that sort of like energy. You will likely have moments where you may feel like you have a whiplash out of how fast things will happen. It is vital that you get out of your head and into your body this week. And when we enter the full moon, blue moon in Libra on the 31st, yet another portal of changes will open. As for the event, we need to allow these events to unfold. And for some, it is some of us are witnessing them on different levels to others. So I want to say a bit of a note on that. The reason why I'm covering the event in this bit is because some stuff has unfolded since I've done the last video, which was like all about the event in 5D and my thoughts and feelings about it. And so before I go any further on the channel, I want to share a little bit about what I've seen. So I have been witnessing a haze of kind of like misty. It reminds me of the mists of Avalon almost, coming in around my hometown. It's like all over the south coast down here is this like mist, and it's almost like, I would call it like a dirty fog is the way I would like kind of call it, because it looks like a sea fog, but it's got like this almost coppery, pinky, orangey kind of tinge to it. A friend of mine, a Facebook friend of mine who lives in Sydney, posted a picture the other day about Sydney having this like weird mist over it as well. So that's starting to happen. People are starting to see that. The aurora borealis has been lighting up the sky like no one has, ever seen before. That is becoming huge at the moment. More and more. We're having a bit of a lull at the moment. It's going to pick up again towards the end of the week. So keep an eye out for that. Check out spaceweather.com because they have put up a couple of pictures from there, and there's a lot of like angel-like clouds and angel-like auras coming through the sky. So those things are coming through at the moment. That event is coming through. So, it's whether or not we end up having this whole lay down, be still kind of deal, I'm not sure. But I'm just kind of reporting what I'm seeing because I think it's interesting, and it's making me think about it more, which is cool. But yeah, like as I'm sitting here, I'm looking out the window and I can see this kind of like weird, dirty, like fog coming through, and it almost has like this like yellowy orangey glow at the moment. So I feel like that is the energy that is coming through, and that is how I'm witnessing it. For you guys, some of you guys might be seeing like rainbow like clouds, all sorts of things out there. So I'd love to know what you're experiencing on your end, because the only way that we can kind of go through this and be like, well, this is what I'm experiencing and this is what I'm experiencing, and because we're all on different frequencies, like our internal frequencies are different, it's really cool to be able to go, well, hey, that's what you're seeing, that's what you're witnessing, and this is what I'm seeing, and this is what I'm witnessing. So that's what I'm witnessing at the moment. It's really, really interesting, and I am noticing the massive rapid healing that's coming through for myself and for so many other people. All right, so this is stay grounded. Do not get overexcited and listen to your instincts. Be grounded in what is happening around you. Don't run off with the pixies and the fairies too quickly. Don't run off with the aliens too quickly. Sorry, ETs, because they don't like being called aliens. But ETs, don't run off with the ETs too quickly. Be grounded in what you're witnessing, because remember, like, even though yes, this is big energy, yes, we're here to like hold the light, hold the vibration, bring it in. If you don't stay grounded, you're the anchor, right? You're the anchoring of this energy. We are, all of us that are holding the light, all of us that are switched on and awake, we are holding the vibration and we are anchoring it in. Even if you're only new to being awake, you are holding this vibration. We're all doing it together. So this in itself is calling us to anchor in deeply, this energy. So that's why you need to be grounded and more aware that, yes, there'll be some kind of trickster like energies coming through, and it's really important that we take that time to like, let it kind of sink in and anchor in, and not quickly go, oh, hey, I got my phone out, look at the amazing spaceship I saw, but actually, it's just a space probe. Like, just be a bit grounded in all of those things and really think it out. This is a time of endings and beginnings. At the moment, I've noticed that the totem animal for our transition right now and for this event is the butterfly. That is the the guide of transformation, and in particular personal transformation. So it's pretty powerful. Great transformation internally and externally will continue to come forth. This is a revolution of truth and love that is upon us. The great ancient wisdoms will be unlocked. Collectively, we are greatly protected, and even though this is a time of endings, it is the time of the greatest new beginning the earth is yet to see. Collective body, mind, and soul healing. We, as a Gaian collective, have been waiting for. Yeah, like I said, it gets a bit weird at the end. But this is it. Like this is a great time. And the thing is, the event, like I said, I think the event is not one point in time. It is a turning point. And we will be seeing many more moments like this throughout the next couple of years. But this is one of those greater moments in our spiritual history. So it's pretty exciting to see that. All right, let's get into the actual weekly oracle. Normally what I do is I sit down and I pull out a couple of tarot cards, I pull out some color cards, I sit down, I sit with spirit and interpret it. And this week, this is what my page looks like. There is nothing here. Like normally I'm like well prepared, but I was just like, I'm not feeling it this week. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull some from the Animal Dreaming Oracle, which is by Scott Alexander King, which is super cool. And we're going to be pulling some from the Light Language Oracle, which is my Oracle deck, which will be out very, very soon. So let's do this. So I'm going to pull 6 cards in total. They're flipping out at me already, so I know that they're ready to talk. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. And I'm only reading you guys upright, okay? I'm not reading you upside down. Yes. 2. Got some powerhouse cards coming through, guys. This is pretty good. And 3, I'm going to say that one's the 3rd one. This deck has a lot of feminine energy in it. So if you're interested in goddesses or like she energy, there is a lot of like she energy coming through. I love it. And then if you're interested in masculine energy, I would totally go for this one. That's 1, 2. I love how they kind of like pick themselves and they throw themselves out in the thing. I know they're ready to talk when I shuffle and they jump out. 3. All right. All right, so the beginning of the week, I really dig this. Like, I love Gaia. She is the epitome of what this deck is about. And I love the fact that you'll see her on the cover of my deck. So, all right, so this is Gaia, and she is Mother Earth, grounded connectivity. And then we have the thylacine, which is wisdom. And the thylacine is extinct. So if you want to look at it like from like, it's an ancient wisdom, one that has passed on. Gaia's, and this is what the channel was talking about as well. So I love this. At the beginning of the week, also in the energies that came through, there was a lot of stuff around flow. So I needed to go with the flow, allowing them to unfold. And with the thylacine wisdom card here and Gaia together, this is really about this grounded ancient wisdom coming up from the earth to be acknowledged, to be healed, to be processed. You do not need to get caught up in the healing process. Like literally it is there to acknowledge and realize, because I think for so many of us, there is this sense of we have really been asleep. Like we have been so switched off to what's really out there. We've been so wrapped up in our own little bubble of worlds, trying to like sort out our own shit and get our life into gear. But when we realize actually there's so much more to this, to realize that everything that we've been taught up until now, really we haven't been taught. It's been a mask. It's been a false matrix It's, you know, it's been a layer of, like, it's been make-believe, it's been pretend. It's like, you know, we always got told as kids, you know, grow up and, you know, stop seeing the fairies and stop, you know, stop playing around with your angels, stop, you know, all of those things, and told us, you know, this is what it is. And we kind of, we're now at this point where Spirit's going, actually, we want you to wake up to that and see what is true and what is not true. And Gaia, I love this card. The reason being is that, all right, so see how she's got her little animals around her? We have the owl, which is about the wisdom, which is connected with the thylacine. But the little stingray up here is all about empathic wisdom. This is every human on earth is empathic. We have it within us. All of us do. I don't give a crap what anyone says. I've never met a person that doesn't have an ounce of being an empath. Everyone has a varying type. I'm still yet to see someone who doesn't have it. Every mother I know, regardless of what they say, it's in them to know. Like, it's in them. It's programmed in them. Every mother has it programmed in them, whether or not they have switched it on or like are aware of it, but it is there. So to me, this is like massive amounts of empath wisdom coming through, switching on, helping us to realize what it is, what it means, and how to actually be an empath that isn't running on wounded, that isn't running on hurt, that isn't running on repeat, that isn't still doing these karmic cycles. This to me is a real sign that we are coming to the end of karmic cycles for many of us collectively. It's really important that we can see that the light is shining upon us, which I love. So the light is shining upon us here, and the truth is coming through. This could also be visits from, you may feel like your loved ones that have passed on, or your ancestors that have passed on, coming forward to speak with you. A lot of old souls coming through. They could even be not related through ancestry, but just older souls that are coming up to speak, to let us know, you know, this is what we need to know. This is, you know, this is what you need to see, that this is the truth. This is what really happened, rather than this is what the history books tell us happened. Okay, so the middle of the week we have Nefertiti, Goddess Queen. And we have, which is Egyptian healing, starseed, and strength. And then we've got personal protection, which is the echidna, which is number 44. This is really, that's an interesting blend we've got there. So Nefertiti, Nefertiti had a huge rising, and she went from being like a daughter that wasn't of royal blood, and she married into royalty, and with that she rose up, and she had a huge awakening through her process. She was a part of a spiritual, I guess they were trying to kind of do an overhaul in Egypt, but they weren't ready for that level of awakening, to just see that it's about light and not about the individual goddesses or gods. It's more about the light, and it's more about connecting into light source. This is very intergalactic energy midweek. So it's like we've got Earth, and then midweek we've got this like intergalactic energy coming in, and that is very connected through that full moon on the blue moon. Very, very much so. But this is saying, look, it's really important. Yes, you are going through your rising. Yes, you are awakening. Yes, you are stepping up into your power. And this is why it is so important that you practice your protection, why you practice clearing your energy. This is like, to me, it feels like an empathic overload. As I'm getting this, I'm getting like massive pressure through the back of my head. There feels like we're getting some big downloads coming in through that blue moon portal as well. During that point, and I love that this is like, it adds up to like 8 as well. So this is like a karmic, and Nefertiti is also connected to past lives. So she has this like, she's trying to help as well to bring through this like healing of karmic patterns as well. So but this is like asking you, focus on doing some personal protection this week. Really focus on like, you know, using your crystals, doing your clearing, focusing on where your ties are, where like, you know, do you have anything that you're carrying that you don't need to carry anymore? how can you clear out that energy? How can you bring about a deeper, way deeper level of healing than ever before for yourself? Yeah. And those tools are vital to your rising. Okay. All right. So the end of the week, we've got Ishtar, which is Mother Maiden Crone cycles. And we have Grace, which is a black swan. And I really like that so this is about, so we've got cycles and how to move through this cycle with Grace. But I think it's interesting that that's a black swan rather than a white swan. And even though there's a little bit of white on its tail, it is a black swan. So to me, it feels like we're going through a state of shadow, but to move through it gracefully. That sometimes it's always the darkest before the dawn. It kind of makes me, I feel like I'm going back to that feeling of what we had just before we moved out of Pisces. Like in those final degrees of Pisces last week, did you notice how dark it got before we broke through? Like it was literally the last degrees of Pisces, and I felt like everything was lost and that I couldn't see my way forward. And I'm like, I've got so much to live for. I've got so much good coming. And yet I'm so stuck in this energy that I cannot see it through. The only way to see it through is by sitting in it and waiting for it to pass. And I think that in itself, like not acting upon stuff just because it's happening, I think is one of those things, like takeaways for that is like not just acting upon it just because, but to rather ride it out gracefully, like ride the wave gracefully out until we kind of get our answers and see our way through the shadow, I think would be probably the best way to look at it. So and it's a 3 number, which is Mother Maiden Crone as well. So this is like powerful she energy coming in on the weekend. I feel like, this is a point of transitioning from maiden to mother, or from mother to crone, or mother to wild woman. It's like, since I've been doing she work, I can't see just 3 phases anymore. But it's like that transition point between one and the next. And perhaps maybe we'll feel like we're a little bit in limbo over the weekend. Or the other thing is like massive breakthroughs. It's like waiting, massive breakthrough. And then maybe there's some more waiting and then another massive breakthrough. It just kind of feels like it's like, because we're able to surrender into those changes and surrender into these processes a bit easier than we ever did before, that we can finally see with a nice amount of clarity what really is happening, and that it's safe, that it's safe to just move gracefully through it, that we don't have to rush it. And Spirit's been very, very clear to me in the last few days in particular how important it is to have that patience through this process, because we can't rush it. We can't be like, all right, well, I'm ready to jump to 5D now, like, let's go. No, we can't do that. We can't rush it. And I think in that process, the more that we learn to surrender into that patience of that change, the more beautiful the outcome will be. Because, and Spirit made that really clear, I'm pretty sure, in the channel. Was it the letter I read in the last video was literally, if you rush things, you will not get a good outcome. And I think that that's what they're trying to tell us yet again this week. Like, if you try and rush this process, you're not going to get a good outcome. Like, where the hell are you trying to get to that quickly anyway? Like seriously, like, where are you trying to get to that fast? Like, the best thing you can do is to just allow it to happen so that it can unfold the right way. And as long as you've done the right work and you've taken the action that's been guided, you won't have a problem. So, all right, so let's get into intuition game. I think we're gonna work again with the dolphins. I feel like they're perfect for the high vibe kind of energy. Just got to, so I don't have a repeat of last time I used them. I want to take out the little information card because that's, you know, cheeky spirit. All right. So what you guys need to do, those of you that are watching this, make sure you let me know in the comments below whether or not the game resonates, because I love when it does. And even if you watch this one and then you comment on the next one. Actually, what I'm doing is I'm going to do the dolphins and I'm going to do the soul-fueled cards because they're just like, I can hear them really loud. So we're going to do both. And then I have to go and feed my children. Okay, we're only going to do 3. Oh my gosh, I've just had 3 jump out at me. So we're going to go with those 3. All right, so 1, 2, and 3. So you can pick a number 1, 2, or 3. And you'll have 1 dolphin card, 1 soul-fueled card to kind of give you like a little bit more personal assistance through the week ahead. And I want to say, like, guys, thank you so much. I've got so many new subscribers just this last week and so many new viewers. And I want to say thank you so much for joining me here. And hopefully you enjoy these little updates and stuff moving forward. I really appreciate it. And hopefully you like my energy. And so I'm really grateful that you're here with me now. And also, like, I am so grateful for the new connections that I've been making lately. It's been incredible. The women that have been coming forward for me, like even if they are just like Facebooky friends and they're overseas and stuff, like I just feel like such an incredible connection and witnessing like an absolute reflection of myself throughout them. So it's been, I'm just super grateful, super grateful. All right, here is your bit more tailored inspiration. All right, so the dolphin card you have for number 1 is navigation, and the inspiration card is shake your tail feather. I feel like, look, guys, you are really about to get moving forward. You're really, truly about to get going forward. Spirit is about to step in as your navigator, is about to give you your compass, and is about to show you your north, and about to take you. And it's like they're going to be like, all right, here's your direction. Here's your divine action. Get a move on. Let's go. And dance your way into it. Like, this is like I always read this as 2 ways. There is either like dance and have fun and like enjoy, or like shake your tail as get a move on and get going. So this is 2 things. Like, to me, it's like you're about to be navigated through joy and through play and through light and through fun. And I feel like it's going to show you things that you just, like, you're like the things you've been dreaming of, the things you've been waiting for. The doorways and the gates are about to open because you're about to be given your divine direction. It's like, here is your compass. Finally, you can have your compass, and we are going to give you the coordinates, and time to go. All right. So for those of you that pick number 1, that's what this week is going to bring you. It's like your navigation. It's going to bring you your direction. And when you get it, it's time to take divine action. It's time to take those steps. Oh, I like this one. All right. So this is your dolphin card for number 2. So if you select number 2, and you can pick multiple ones, by the way, is networking. And baby, you're on fire. So I think how I'm feeling around these 2 cards is that this is really time for you to connect with other people. Your passion is starting to surge again. Your energy is starting to come back. You are starting to be in a space where you can get out of the house, connect with other people. Perhaps you've got a bit of Aries energy within your chart, but that energy is starting to come up and it's starting to lift you. And I like that this is the Bird of Paradise. If you guys like this deck, it's by Bliss Inventive, and they're an Australian business. Really dig these cards. I think they're awesome. But this is the Bird of Paradise, and whenever I see that, it's like, hey, like getting together with other people and networking with other people now is the best way you can start to build upon your passions, build upon your dreams, and build upon your desires. Even though you may be feeling apprehensive to get back out again, we've spent so much time going within that sometimes going outside of ourselves again can be really terrifying. But there's going to be some really big rewards for you if you do so. And also they're saying, look, you're really magnetic right now. You're really calling in the people that you need. You are in direct alignment with those things that you need. So get out there and start connecting with others, and you will see the rewards, and things are going to come back to you. All right. Number 3. All right. Your card is stormy weather, and don't settle, you're extraordinary. Any challenges, my loves, that you get this week, anything that comes up to you and it feels like the hardest storm, the biggest challenge you have yet to come through, know that by settling because it's easier, or settling because you don't want to weather the storm, or you know that it's safe, won't really fulfill you long term. All right, so they've got this real sense of you are like more likely to kind of settle into what is safe and comfortable because you've known it before. Spirit is encouraging you to put on your raincoat, grab your umbrella, put on your gumboots, and brave the storm. And instead of, I love the fact that this quote came to mind, instead of seeing the storm as external, know that you are the storm and you are able to ride through anything because you are an all-powerful being. This could also be a sign that wherever you are in the world, there may be literal storms coming through. So not just a challenge, it could be a physical storm. And so with that, they're asking you to make sure that you go above and beyond for protecting yourself through that process. I think that's why we had a little bit of stuff coming up around the cycles and changes and endings and beginnings. And also personal protection was coming up for the week. So they're really encouraging you to make sure that you have all of your essentials and that you have everything prepared in case something does come up. To me, it almost feels like each of you are on a different vibration, different pathway at the moment. And you guys kind of are going, those of you that picked 1 or 2, maybe you've already been through the storms in the past week. Maybe that the week that you've just had was that real major challenge, and it was the major battle, and it was so hard that now on the outside, you can now come out the other side, and it's like, well, here you go. Here's your navigation. This is the direction to go forward. That's your reward for the storm you've just weathered. For those of you that pick number 2, perhaps you've networking and connecting with others. Once again, that is now your reward for the weathering of the challenge. And those of you that are in category 3, that you are now, gotta go to category 3, storm kind of thing come through then. But maybe, like, it could be a category 3 tornado or whatever. I'm not really sure what that means, but we don't get them here. We've had a water spout once in like 150 years. So, but if you do, if you're in an area that is prone to, major storms or major tornadoes, water spouts, cyclones, all of those things, like, know that whatever is coming, it could be something that you do need to be prepared for, and they're encouraging you to do that. And because we're also in autumn/spring, wherever you are in the world, this is a time where those things are more likely to happen, and they want to make sure that you're prepared and that you are safe, and so they want to give you the heads up. But when they say don't settle, you're extraordinary, I feel like they want you to know is that, like, don't settle for the same old, same old. Don't allow yourself to sit in the same kind of, so if we're talking about a non-literal storm, if we're talking about storms in relationships or storms in an internal storm, it's like, don't settle for the same old, same old. Don't settle for the same behavior. Don't settle for the same cycle, because you are done. You are done with that cycle, and you need to move beyond it. You need to heal it. You need to never repeat that cycle again. You are done with it, and you know it, and you can feel it within your body. because I can, feeling into your energy, guys, it's like there is a major layer of stress and it's sitting right in your shoulders. You feel like the world is on your shoulders. It is heavy. And it's like, when is it going to get easier? They want you to know, like, you are extraordinary. You are incredible. You are amazing. And it is time for you to say, enough is enough. I do not need to be in that repetitive cycle anymore. And I want more out of life than this. And I want to feel more. I want to feel more than just stress. I want to move beyond the stress, and I want to feel joy, and I want to feel excitement, and I want to look forward to things, and I want to see further than, the week to week. I want to see bigger and further beyond all of this that I have been weathering for a very long time. So that is it. So that is the weekly oracle, guys. Other than the fact that we're like entering Mercury retrograde in a couple of days, I believe that'll be this weekend. Or we've already hit it. I can't remember. Hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna check. 23rd. All right, tomorrow is the Mercury retrograde. So, but like the beginning of this week, we will be in retrograde. So tomorrow is officially Mercury retrograde. So, whatever comes up for you guys, like just roll with it, like heal it and get through it the best you can. So Mercury retrograde and a blue moon on 31st this week. It's going to be an interesting week, I think, for sure. Allow things to unfold and like really like enter those changes. It's going to be wonderful. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. If you'd like to book a reading with me, please send me an email at mamaheartspace@gmail.com or thewildshe@gmail.com. Either one is good. If you want to contact me on Facebook, it's Facebook.com/mamaheartspace or Facebook.com/thewildshe. You can get just a general reading with me, or you can also book an art higher self reading, which is really, really cool. I should have brought down one of the portraits down here, but the reading itself is literally, it's a piece of artwork that has all these incredible symbols and light language come through. It is a portrait of you. You can see that it is you. Like the last two I've done, people have gone, hey, that's that person, or that's your friend, blah, blah, blah. And so it's really cool seeing those turn out. So I've got one more available for this month. And then next month, I'm only going to take probably about 4 a month max, but I'd rather stick to like 2, purely because they take almost 20 hours for me to do. They're $230, which is actually pretty affordable. And there are payment plans. So if you're interested in that, and I can post them anywhere around the world because I've worked out a way to do it now, which is freaking awesome. But yeah, if you're interested in that, please send me an inbox. And yeah, otherwise I will see you guys next week. If not, I might see you in between then, because I kind of feel like there's some topics coming in that I'd love to talk about. So anyway, good luck. And, the universe favors the brave this week. So big love to you all, and I will see you all at the next energy update. Bye.